Good evening, everyone. Tonight we have a very special guest with us, Jeroen Perceval, the writer and director of Dealer. Hi, Jeroen. How are you?
Hi,
Thanks so much again for chatting with us this morning. We really appreciate it.
with pleasure, with pleasure.
As you know, I've been a fan of your work for several years now. I love Dealer, and it's obviously stayed in my mind since, so it means a lot to me. Your support of Voyeuriste and coming on this morning to take some time to chat with us. Thank you. So one burning question that I have that actually resonates with me as well is there's a quote that the character Anthony says in answer to one of Johnny's questions. It's something along the lines of life is desire and pain, and that really resonated with me. And I would love to hear more about what that means to you and what that means to both Johnny, Anthony, and I guess really it relates to all of us and to all the characters within the film.
Desire and pain, yeah. Um, yeah, I'm also from the philosophy from the philosophy you can desire a lot, but this also brings suffering. Yeah, their needs are not really met because yeah, they're Johnny actually once sees a father figure in a toxic male like actually Anthony, who is a lost figure, and Anthony, yeah, he thinks he can solve his problem by also taking care of this little kid, and he thinks if I take care and I and but yeah, doesn't solve his problem, and I think yeah, desire is also like desire and aversion are two things like in Buddhism or in two things that bring suffering. When you really desire something, um, you can get your needs met, but then you desire again something, and but you can also get not met what you want with what you want. You can desire a lot, but so I think yeah, the key is to in the essence is to try to be in the moment and enjoy what we have and of course you can desire I can desire still things like making a new movie make writing a script and but but um I try to yeah also let go on time and just try to be in the moment without all the time desiring or having aversion or for some stuff or and okay that's of course a whole assignment or it's a lifelong journey but
Yes,
yeah.
definitely.
So yeah
I feel like all creatives and artists can definitely relate to what you were just saying about desire versus pain and how one kind of feeds into the other. Pursuing the arts, as you know, is not an easy feat, but it is worth the challenges in the long run. I'm a big believer in persistence and hard work paying off.
yeah me too yeah sure yeah.
Yes, definitely. I wanted to chat with you about the theme of fatherhood. But around the time that you wrote the film, were you already a dad or about to become a dad? And how did that play into the development, I guess, of Dealer? Or is it more based on your own childhood?
Writing the film I wasn't already I wasn't still yet a dad. I got into my relationship that I now have while I was writing this film, and I became a dad during the process of writing the film. And
Congratulations, by the way. I'm not a mother, but I have a niece. She's 3.5, and she's the love of my life. So I can only imagine
yeah,
how
yeah. So yeah, it's a very beautiful. Yeah, it's the biggest love there is. It's unconditional love and yeah. So but yeah, this the movie speaks about absent absent an absent father figure and also and wrong father figures in his life and also emotionally unavailable parents like the mother is also not really available for Johnny because she's too yeah, she's a little bit sick without wanting to tell to talk to say too much about it. You're good doing the Q&A after the yeah, after the movie. Yeah, yeah.
it's
Okay, so
not.
I can say.
So we're not
So,
giving
but
away anything. Yeah.
yeah. So but uh, so it's about all these, and I believe that when a child isn't nurtured really well, when they're small and they don't feel safety in in their family, or they don't have a safe family, they start to look outside of them for safety.
Mhm.
And when they grow teenagers, they start to look for absent father figures that are not that are not that don't have a good influence, you know. So that's what Johnny did. He seeks father figures in actually, yeah, not that healthy men. Yeah, it's and he's also about to become a broken man if he and and so I think there's a lot of children walking around in this world, like a little lost, and they can have all the money in the world and be in home, but if they don't have parents that are safe and nurture well and warm and if they don't have the feeling they can speak their truth to their parents, or speak about what they feel without being humiliated, or I don't know what, yeah, they are going to look out for it outside.
Do you feel like since becoming a father, some of your inspirations for writing stories have changed slightly or have involved more of a familial theme? Of course, being a father is a big part of any parent's life, so
Yeah,
curious at the time.
yeah, for sure. Um, um, I think as an artist, you evolve as you personally, spiritually, and psychologically, and I don't know, as you evolve as a human being, your artistry. I don't know how to have to say this.
Artistry, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, it evolves, and for me also, I feel I want to now I want to tell other stories than uh than before. Or everything influences the storytelling. Everything.
I read somewhere in an interview that you kind of attribute acting to being a saving grace for you. How young were you when you first discovered your passion for acting? Or I guess I should say storytelling overall, because as I was reading more about you, I see that you're also, in addition to being a writer and director and actor, you're also a musician. Yeah, could you tell us a little bit about that?
I always had the urge to tell stories. I remember when I was small, I just invented stories, and I told my grandmother and my grand grandmother, who was still alive then. And when I was in school, I said to the other kids in school, we had a small wall that divided the school playground from another area, and I always told them that, yeah, behind this there ET lives. So all the children always went to look over the wall. Where's ET?
Oh, I love
And,
that.
so I always like to tell stories in a way, and then yeah, when I was a teenager, I started writing a lot. Yeah, the cliche of writing poems for girls, and but also, yeah, just take and I felt that, like, writing became a companion to feel not to when I felt alone. If I wrote, I didn't feel alone. If I wrote, or if I was confused, if I wrote, life got a little bit more sense, or so. And then um and then I went to yeah, I grew up in a theater family, because my father was a theater director, and so I always knew about that, and I knew there was a acting school in Antwerp, the city I grew up in. And so at a certain point, I thought, yeah, that would be a great life. I saw these actors playing theater, and afterwards, I was still into the partying of that partying life of that, and I saw them after playing theater, going into bars and having fun, and I thought, oh, that's a good life. But and so yeah, so I did an audition for this school. I started acting there, and but during this my stay there in my yeah, m my development in this school, I kept on writing, and after I graduated, I wrote my first theater piece. It's called The Ardennes. It's
Oh,
a
yes,
film,
congratulations. I'm actually quite familiar with the Ardennes.
but I have a love for acting, and that was also a way of telling stories. But I always kept on writing. I kept on writing theater plays, and then after a while, directors were interested to make a movie out of The Ardennes, and then I started thinking, yeah, maybe I have to. And people always told me, yeah, your pieces are always so filmic, or how do I have to cinema? Yeah,
Static,
filmic.
yes.
Yeah, so cinematic. Yeah, so I I started thinking, yeah, I would love to make my own movies, and so I gradually of first writing a screenplay for the Ardennes together with Robin, then making my own short, and then Dealer was the next step, and yeah, I just there's just this need to like express myself in stories and it gives me, like I told you, it gives me a sense, it gives life a meaning and a
Okay.
structure. I understand life better by writing about it, and also acting is but it's different in acting. You're in a way free, but you still have to, you have your, but when you make your own film and you're writing, you're your own, you're your own, you're God, by the way. You make your own world. And yeah, okay, until yeah, you have to get finance, and then producers say, yeah, we can't do that and that, blah blah. But yeah, but yeah, it's just it's all different. And then yeah, I now I don't do that so much, but I had a rap group, and I rapped,
I was gonna
but it's
ask
all different.
about music next.
Ah, yeah, okay, yeah, but yeah, for the moment it's on a yeah, I have 4 children,
Oh
and
wow, busy
I have
dad.
to write. I'm writing a lot for series and for and acting, so the music is on a low
Hiatus.
is so yeah, so there's not a lot of energy for the moment to also it's all a different way of communicating, of telling stories. Like this rapping, you can write a rhyme in an hour, and on the other hand, when you write a theater piece, you write it in a month or 2 months, or and when you write a script, and when you write a film, it can take years.
I'm curious, how did you go about casting the character of Donnie? He's great. Is this his debut role?
uh yeah, it's his debut role. Yeah, well, we were looking in the we did some street casting. We went to schools. But in the end, we didn't find him after a few months, and then we also involved another casting agency. So two casting agencies
Oh
were
wow.
looking for, because I was looking for a boy who had this toughness, but on the other hand also had this vulnerability,
Mhm.
and it was very difficult in the casting process. On the other hand, you got young actors who were really tough, but who didn't get this vulnerability, or
Mhm.
you had these vulnerable guys, but you couldn't believe they grew up in in the yeah in the yeah in the streets or in the so so it was but after a while we found him and yeah, and that was a happy day. That was-
What's next for you? Are you currently working on any other narrative features or shorts? You mentioned series, but I think you meant on the acting end.
yeah, well, for the moment writing I'm writing a lot of stuff, but I wrote a few treatments for a series, and they're in development. And then I'm also now I'm writing a biopic for about a Belgian artist but I'm not writing to direct it. It's more an assignment from producers. And yeah, I'm already 3 years writing in how do I have to say that experimenting with different ideas for my next film. But it's a slow process because yeah, I have to make money and write a lot of stuff in between
Right.
it. And now I'm also acting in a French series, La Vie dont nous rêvions, for the Arte channel, it's called.
Very
And
nice.
some it's an I think it's going to be a beautiful series. So that's what I'm up to right now.
Do you have any advice to give to fellow filmmakers, actors, musicians, just artists in general? What advice would you give to those young artists?
I would say just do it. You have all the opportunity, you have all the tools now to make a movie. You don't need a lot of money. You just need a mostly you need a good story, and yeah, just go out and make your film, and yeah, and find somebody to put it out in the world. And yeah, would you just don't be scared. Just do it. Yeah, just go out and make a movie. Write the story you have in your soul. write it and bring some poetry in the world.
That's beautiful advice. But thank you again so much for taking the time again to chat with me this morning. Um,
Uh,
I love
it's
chatting
pleasure.
with you. It's been a long time coming since I've seen Dealer several years ago. So thank you again.
It's great you still remember the film.
Oh, of course, it was very moving. Thank you.
I hope everybody enjoyed the film, and I thank you for showing it there, and I wish everybody good luck over there, and I wish you a lot of good luck.
So,
And
thank you, Jeroen. Have a great day, rest of your weekend.
thank you. You too. Have a great night.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.